All right, this is I Surrender by Hillsong, and I'm doing it in the key of D flat. It's a little lower than the original key, but that's just usually where we play at church. Tempo is right around 77 BPM, and I'm consolidating a lot of the guitar parts from the track into one, just since I'm usually the only lead guitar playing. So it'll kind of be what I focus on explaining in this video. But to start, for the intro, I usually just roll the tone knob all the way down pretty much to get that kind of more like synth piano sound. And I'm doing the 8th fret on the A string and 6th fret on the G to make it sound like this. So I'm going from the 6th fret on the G to the 5th fret, and then 8 to 6 on the D string. And you do that twice. And then go down to the 6th fret on the A string. And then 9th on the A. And then verse 1, I'm quiet. I won't usually play anything there. The instrumental right after is the same thing as the intro. And then when you get into verse 2, I just kind of like simplify it and basically just play that 8th fret on the A string, and then do 6-8 on the G, or on the D, sorry. Back to 8, and then go 6-8-6 on the A string. You can roll the tone back at this point, or maybe just keep it like halfway, and then 6-8-4. And that takes you into chorus 1. So then chorus 1, I usually add a little bit more gain with it, and I'm just doing like double stops kind of up the neck. So it's the 6th fret on the G and E string, up to the 8th, and then 9-7, so 9 on E, 7 on B, and then 9-11. We do that twice for the first chorus, and then that goes right into an instrumental. And so for this instrumental, I add like a more like swelling reverb, so it's really heavy in the mix. And I'm doing the 14th fret on the E string to the 13th to the 11th. And basically just repeating that the whole time. You can hear it pretty clearly in the track. Sometimes they do on the B string, 13th, 14th fret, as kind of just like a filler. And the only other thing I would do as you're just building through the bridges with that basically. The only other thing I would do is maybe add the 14th fret of the B string with it, if you just want a little more volume. Yeah, you kind of just build with that part all the way up into that big solo. And for the solo, I add a lot of gain just to punch out of the mix pretty clearly. And it's the 11th fret on the G and B strings, and then 9th fret on the E. And you're quickly going from the 9th to the 8th. That's 11, 9 on the B. And you're kind of just walking down. So I'll play really slowly so you can hear it. That'd probably just be the easiest way to explain it instead of like saying every note. You're kind of just like walking down the scale and then coming back up at the end. So slowly it sounds like this. Yeah, you do it twice in the solo, and then it goes back into a big bridge. And so for that bridge, you can go back to the swells up here, or there's kind of like another version, or sorry, no, another track that plays like these deep octaves, which you can have someone else do if you have two guitarists, or if you wanted to just do this to switch it up, It's basically the second and fourth fret on the low E and D string, and you slide up to the ninth and the 11th, and then down to the fourth and sixth. Sounds like this. And then the second part is the 6th and 8th fret on the A and G string, to the 6th and 8th fret on the E and D, down to the 4th and 6th. And you just repeat that basically throughout the bridge. And so yeah, that just kind of builds and builds. If you go back to a big chorus, I would do the same thing here, the double stops. And if you kind of break down from there into an instrumental, I usually will keep playing that part. So I'll do the full playthrough now so you can hear everything all together, and yeah, hope you enjoy.
Desperate for you, I surrender.